Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to my channel, Love and Light Tarot. I'm going to do a tarot card reading. However, there's been some downloads that come in today, and it's a lot. It's a lot. I don't think I can get it all said in one reading. So let's just break down some tarot cards. Okay. There's the Two of Coins and the Sun in the reverse. So there's something you're not seeing in regards to juggling. The message around being juggled or juggling or doing too much, but not enough of the right things. Like you're not doing, you're letting the devil tempt you, or you're feeding into temptation right now. But there's the Sun and the Devil. So I almost feel like these temptations are fixed. It's like the whole path is meant to be. Everything's meant to be. Even the things that you're going through that might feel like karma or whatever, it's all meant to be. Even when you're like stagnant, not making your choices, it's all part of the process of becoming enlightened, ascending. It's also, it's also, what was it? Seeing things clearly, but like seeing the toxic traits that you have in yourself in others. So one thing that I haven't been doing that started my ascension, or I mean, I've been ascending for my whole life, I feel like. But anyways, one of the things that really started me, like my catalyst, where it was like the growth just kept happening for me, was when I started to see what I saw in other people in myself. It's like what you see in other people, you have in yourself. So really breaking down every thought that you have towards another person. That's what I'm feeling, to kind of find out where your toxic traits are. So say you're talking to someone and like you're talking to them and you're like, why are they talking so much about this one thing? It's not even relevant. They should be talking more about love. Okay, now turn that inside to you. You should be the one talking more about love, and you might be talking too much about shit that doesn't matter. So it's like directly, it's very easy to catch on to, what is this, the Fool, acting foolish, because it's time to put ourselves first. The Knight of Coins in reverse. Stop holding on to an offer that didn't come in, or thinking there's an offer or whatever from someone else. That's putting your happiness outwards, when we have our happiness within us and we are capable of presenting ourselves to the world in a happy way, as long as we're doing our work. What else? The Page of Coins. Cleaning up the mess, getting things going, starting to manage our thoughts and take control over what it is we're manifesting by choosing what we think. So I do see here that there is, this came out in the last reading, so that's interesting. But because it's like in the last general love reading I did. This is just a general love reading. Probably it'll probably intertwine with twin flames, because most of my readings do that, just because I am one. And that's another thing, is I wanted to talk about my personal experience a little bit, and unravel how my feelings around marriage and coming into union. Just because, yes, like the rest of the twin flamers, I set my union up high on a pedestal, like, oh, I need to have this person, blah, 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 and they need to be with me all the time, and we need to be married and live our lives and build our empire. But there has been moments in my journey, especially right before I met my twin flame, where I was unraveling this energy of what felt like home to me, what would feel like having a partner to me, and what values would that person have to have in order to be my partner, because I am someone who is very free spirited. And I believe that we have certain connections on this earth that we weren't meant to, because I am of Native descendant. I'm Métis, specifically Cree. And we were travelers. We would travel, and I don't feel like it was possible to have just one partner. It was like we would go with what felt good, or what was the flow of things. And there are some creatures in the wild, like the seahorse, even eagles, I believe, they mate for life, and penguins, and there's a bunch of them, right? And so part of me wanted to believe that when I found the person I was meant to be with, I would know, and it would just feel like that was my person, and I could rely on that person for my life journey. But that doesn't mean that I don't get to have sex with other people. I just feel that way, or I don't get to have relationships with other people, and maybe these relationships develop and grow into something sexual when it shouldn't. Like, it doesn't need to, but I'm just saying as an example, like to tell you the extreme it can go is like it can go into a sexual form of a relationship. And this means something to me because when I met the person, my how I felt about it was that I was going to be single for life, and that I was that one soul on this planet. I mean, there's multiple of them, but I am one of them, where I'm not meant to have just one partner, because of my light and my love is so unique, and so it's like a gift that I am capable of loving someone better, if that makes sense. Like I'm capable of giving someone so much love that they didn't receive possibly in their childhood, because I noticed there's a lot of things that come from childhood, as I'm realizing. All adults mostly have these issues that stem back from childhood. And so then I wanted to work on children, right? Like how to evolve a child's mind or a child's heart at a younger age, so that they don't grow up into these people who are sick, for lack of a better term. There's multiple things that you can put under sick as a general thing. Anyways, and I realized that it's not going to help, and it's not possible for me to give love to all of the children of the world that need it. However, it is possible for me to take my love and help another adult heal themselves, so then they can help more children, even just the children in their lives, their nieces and nephews, or best friends' kids, whatever it is, cousins' kids. It's like they have this platform that reaches different people than I reach, because of their upbringing and who they encountered in their lives. And so when I realized this, it was like, it could be spirit, but it was like divinely guided that I had certain people come into my life, and these relationships with these people, I'm realizing now, were people who needed really deep healing. It's like that kind of love where like it's even with my mom or my best friend, like of 18 years, even like just certain things in their family, that people that I don't reach, but people that they reach, were able to feel this love, because I gave it so much and so freely to them, this forgiveness, this love. Even I had family members, I don't speak too often, but soon as they'd call me, or friends they'd call me, we talk through what they're going through. It's like that different perspective, that shift in perspective allowed for love to enter, because where there's fear, there's no love. And so what I would do, without even at the time, I didn't have this platform like I do on YouTube. I didn't offer my readings to people. They would just be kind of something I did as fun here and there. But without tarot, because I don't need tarot to read the energy, I can read energy without cards around. But they help present the message to other people. It's like proof. Because I am someone who likes proof. What just fell out? The sun in reverse. Okay. So I'm getting way off topic, and there's something about the Four of Cups in reverse. Yeah. So there was some kind of growth through rejection, and I feel like that's another thing, is I have this capability of taking something that's really like dark or sad, or and flipping it into a way that benefits you, or showing you, just shining that light on what it is you need to see, so that it looks like it benefits you. It's interesting. But this Four of Cups in reverse, this is a need to honestly, if these cards were being said to me, this is like Spirit telling me, go clean your house. You're not saying the right things right now. You need to retreat. So that's why I'm like, what? Yeah, Ace of Wands. Passionate new beginning, or a passionate new start to something. Five of Wands and Three of Coins. So something about conflict and work. Need to fight to work. You fighting for work. I don't know. There's disagreements at work, or there's some kind of work that you need to be doing that addresses disagreements. I was actually talking about this. This is like my work is to see what people are fighting about and change it. Something that I'm very proud of in my lifetime is that I've never had to physically hurt someone. I've never had to physically fight someone. And if you know my come up and you know where I came from, that is an accomplishment, okay? Because I come from Forest Lawn or Surrey, whichever one, and it's like the ghetto area. I don't know how to explain it. I don't like to call things ghetto, but it's like the rougher side of poverty. Poverty comes with rough things, and people needing to stand up for yourselves, and that's where you learn the strongest do really survive. But I had this idea that we can love each other better. We don't have to hurt each other to prove our points, and that is me standing in this. Queen of Wands, Judgment in reverse. Ooh. So someone needs to assess themselves. Could be me. Queen of Cups. Become more loving. Yeah. So that this Queen of Cups is someone who can just settle any difficult situation with her loving kindness. So that's literally what I was just saying, was that you don't have to fight through things, and you don't have to take rejection as a negative thing. You can take it as Spirit pulling that person out of your life, or pulling that situation away from you, because it's not going to benefit you in the long run. So when we're not choosing to be thankful for the fights that have gone on around us, the disagreements, the people that have walked away, when we're not choosing to be thankful for that, and this is also why I wanted to address, I just saw 1331, but I just wanted to address how negative I was feeling towards my twin flame in one of my previous readings. And it's like, it's not his fault. It was never his fault. Everything that is going on is meant to happen. At that time, though, maybe I had watched some, I know I had watched some readings that said something like, he's supposed to be here or something. And it's like, you can't say anything about he's supposed to, or what's supposed to happen, because everything that's happening right now is meant to happen. There is no on the wrong path, on the wrong moment, doing the wrong things. That's an illusion. Everything that you are doing right now is correct. See what I mean though about the cards? They aren't necessary. I can speak. There's the Tower shit. We can speak and get the energy without using the cards. Like I could just put them down and we can just talk. And the thing about this is I don't rely on my cards to be a healer, or to be a light worker, or to carry energy messages, or to develop my relationships with people. Instead, I turn to God. I pray. And a lot of the time when I'm praying, I don't pray wishing for things to change. I pray thankful for what I have, being grateful for everything that I've been gifted and given, and even the times where people have been taken from my life, out of my life. I thank God for that, because I know there was a hidden reason. I don't get to see everything. We don't get to see everything. We don't get to see why things are playing out the way they are. We just get to sit in this car along the ride. It's interesting. Maybe we'll do some messages. I've looked into tarot, unbalanced in the reverse, secret, and false twin. See, and that's another thing too, is like, why would, like, where did this community of where did twin flames start? Where did false twins start? It started and to me, it started as an idea from someone else. And over time, I've been able to gather information and put the pieces together, and it makes sense. And I feel like you can do that with the negative too. You can gather pieces and put it together and make it a negative thing if you choose to. But you can do that in a positive way. You can do it in a positive way, and that's what you should be doing. 1-1-1. 1-1-1-1. 1 minute, 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year. There's a song called One Day by Mitsa Sayu. He is a Jewish rapper. I'm disappointed in you and in myself. So this disappointment card, I want to, like, let's just take it out, rip it up, and throw it away. But it's like, you don't need to be disappointed in anybody. You don't need to be disappointed in yourself or in anybody else in your life, because every single thing, every single action that has taken place into this moment was meant to happen. And if you fear, that is not love. So it is time to push that fear out by loving it, by being so thankful and caring and giving, and like, end of a cycle was there. But anyways, we can find out information, we can find out the energy of now. But the thing is that when you say nothing at all, a song by Alison Krauss, just looking into your eyes, there's this feeling. So this is another thing, is looking into someone's eyes. They say it's like the window to their soul, and we have to take care of our souls. When we choose to see things in a negative way, or we piece the puzzles together to make it fit so it's a negative thing, we can be darkening our own souls by doing this. And that's why I'm so loving, so forgiving, because I don't want to carry any darkness on my soul. I don't. I know that I have a purpose here on this earth, just like the rest of us. Every single person that is here has a purpose. You are here for a reason. Whether you don't see it or not, like whether you see it or not, you are here, you were brought here, and you play a part in the bigger picture. Energy is fluid. Oh, okay. I do feel like there's some money struggles happening for a lot of people with this Page of Coins showing up, and then the 3 of Coins. And so this money struggle with the 5 of Wands, it's to help you learn the value of money, to learn how to place money in your life, where things need to go, how you need to use money as a tool to get other things. But money does not hold you. Money is not how you are alive. I don't know how to explain that. Money holds power to people who give money power. So you need to choose to take your power back from money. Does that make sense? No longer can you, like, no longer set money as the goal, but set your happiness, your stability, your security as the goal. And what things do you need to do to achieve those things? Those things are achieved when you put work in. Whether it's work that achieves money, which you can buy things, cameras, whatever, a car that's got like bulletproof or something, like if that's what you need to feel safe, well then you set that standard for yourself. But for me to feel safe, I just need Mother Earth. I just need oxygen in the air. I just need water, running water, anywhere. Maybe some tablets to cleanse it of all of the bacteria so I don't get sick when I drink it. Stuff like this. Warmth can be something else that I feel like I really do need, because it's cold out there. But I can go find land on this earth where I don't need to have warmth to feel safe, because there's places on this earth that are so warm that you don't need a house or a blanket or even clothes. There's nude beaches. You see what I'm saying though? It's like you set that standard. So it's you who's making you unhappy if you choose to. So it's time to start choosing to be happy, choosing to be thankful, understanding that the universe is working for us, not against us. Taking the time to really appreciate all that we've gone through, all the hardships, all the people we've met who've come and gone. There's one thing else too in my lifetime where I've noticed, only because of comparing with other people, which I don't like to do, but in this case it's okay, is to compare with how many people I've encountered in a day compared to somebody else. Or encountered in a month compared to somebody else. And I was just like blown away at how many people I encounter and how many little people, like how little some people encounter. And I'm just like, what? Am I am I this popular person? No, I'm not. But I'm meant to have these certain connections throughout the day. And I'm just like, I don't know, high vibe. So I'm able to pull in people, or people are pulling on me, and I'm able to give information quick. It's a Gemini thing, communication. And so I'll just give you an example with Tinder. Me and my best friend of the 18 years or whatever, back when we were younger, we both had a Tinder. I had 100 matches in 2 days of having it, and she had 5 in a month of having it. And I don't mean to laugh, but I'm just it's because she was so picky, whereas I was I don't look at people's outsides as who they are. I look at their insides, or how they act to people, how they treat other people. And so I want to get to know people. And there's some people who are so good looking, but they were so ugly. And then there's some people who are so not good looking on the outside, but their hearts are so genuine and pure, and I had to give them a chance. And I was so thankful I got to talk to them and meet them and let them know hey, you're a genuine good person, you deserve some love. Maybe not from me, but you deserve some love. It's crazy how we're taking it here, because this is what this is all about. So then on this journey, on this twin flame journey, I have realized that there are certain, they call it karmic situations. Okay. But these are interactions with people, with other people who have souls, who are beings who generate energy, who bring energy, who can create energy here. And we're meant to meet. You're meant to meet these people. You're meant to interact with these people. And so it's not about keeping a closed mind, whereas you find one person, that's your person, you're only going to interact with that person for the rest of your life. No. And learning to appreciate the people on their path as well, because that is their work. That's their work ethic. That's it's not just their work ethic, it's who they chose to be, but it's also the mistakes they made that helped them learn to become who they are today. And that's all we have. That's all we're promised. We're only promised this moment, so we only have to be thankful for this moment. I don't know how to, because this now energy of appreciating the now it's like I went through 3 cycles of information to get to the understanding that I got to. So I'm trying to think how the energy moved within me and how my thoughts are revolved around it, because for me, information can just be energy. It can just be a feeling. I don't actually put English words to it. So I'm trying to think. That's also why I give examples. I tell you things because I'm like, it's an energy. It's a feeling. I don't know how to put words to it because I feel it. But it's like compassionate energy. It's like, so it stemmed from how I got to the now was I was in this place of preserving our earth, of how we need to protect her, how we need to protect ourselves. And then I evolved that thought into, she's going to evolve whether we cause her pain or not. We are actually causing it to go faster by doing certain things that we do, and that's our karma, because the earth is only going to sustain us as long as we allow her to, as long as we don't destroy her. So the faster we destroy her, the less long she's able to sustain us. So therefore we are causing our own karma by, you know, like with climate change and whatever. And so then part of me was feeling so bad for the earth because I was like, oh, we need to protect her, we need to save her, we need to get her healthier. And you know why? Because I care for the people. Because I know without earth we can't have people here. And somewhere along this whole 2 years of whatever crap's been going I you know, this is another thing yesterday is like, I heard someone say, you know, the shit show that we've been in, or how all this crap's been going on, how I just about said that too, or I did say that. And it's like, the shit is that how it's going. It's never gonna change. It's never gonna go back. So you can't keep referring back to that place because it's not going to change back to that. It's now changed for forever. And this COVID shit is not just gonna go away. It's a part of us now. It's a part of our life now. And if you had lived before and you know what those past times were before COVID, consider yourself lucky. Consider yourself privileged, because that isn't something that the rest of the humans that are born after that date are gonna know about. Like, I don't know. The people from World War, you don't see them being like, oh man, back when World War was going on, we loved each other so much. I wish we could go back. No, you couldn't catch them saying that. Instead, they learned how to appreciate the now. So I feel like it's another pattern or a cycle that has come through in our generation where we have to appreciate the now. We can't go back and we don't want to go back. I mean, maybe some people do. I mean, a lot of people do. That's part of this appreciating and letting go. My son, inside voice. Anyways, he's playing an intense game right there, or whatever, I can hear it. Trees, yeah, and I cared so much about the trees. Oh my goodness, this is something that's gone back to when I was a little girl. My mom would take me to the beach and we wouldn't leave the beach until I picked up every piece of garbage. Even now I go for walks and I pick up garbage. People are like, what are you doing? There are people who are paid to do that. And I'm like, but this is our earth. We all live here. I'm allowed to take care of her if I want to. Anyways, where was I? We were talking about me shifting and understanding how us hurting earth is hurting ourselves, because we are only going to be able to live as long as she can sustain our lives. And then part of me turned a little bit negative towards the humans, and I was like, yeah, fuck it, let us kill the earth. Fuck it, it's fine. We did it to ourselves, so definitely we can do it. And me not buying plastic isn't going to stop the whole world from producing plastic. Me not buying a bottle of water isn't going to stop the whole world from producing bottled water. Me preserving my shower times to once or twice a week is not going to stop the fact that we're going to run out of fresh water one day. It's not going to stop it. Just me doing it is not going to stop it. Even if 50,000 of us do it, it's not going to stop it. Guess what? It's going to happen one day. So I stopped stressing about these things, and I learned to love the fact that I'm living in a time where I am not stressed about water, where I'm not stressed about packaging, because some of the packaging we get is like, oh my goodness. And I can appreciate it now. When I open something and I'm like, oh, before I used to be like, God, why? Why do they have 6 fucking wrappers on one little tiny candy? Anyways, it's like making your fights matter. It's making what you choose to put your energy into matter, whatever it is. Wow, I just checked and my door's unlocked and I heard something at the door and I'm like, it's interesting. I don't forget to lock the door, but my son does from time to time. So that's interesting. I wonder why that even matters. Something about safety and security, about trusting the world, trusting the other human beings, because most human beings want good. They want to see good. Do they want to do good? I don't know. I can't really speak for a lot of, like, because I even had some guy yell at me today randomly because we were leaving the parking lot and he decides he's going to take this parking spot on the way out of the parking lot, like way at the back. And I wasn't expecting this, and I was expecting we were leaving, so I was kind of behind him, but I even reversed to give him room because when I realized what he was doing, and he yelled at me, "You gotta be so close to my ass, blah, 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 blah." And I was just like, what? I'm sorry. Like, I even gave you room when I realized what you're doing, but dude, I was trying to just get out. Let me get out of your way, I'll go. And then when I clued into that whole, we see in others what we have in ourselves, for me to say he was uncontrollably losing his temper at me, I'm like, okay, over a driving thing. I have actually this issue where I have a little bit of anger while driving. Sometimes it's pretty bad. I don't yell at people to their faces like he yelled at my face, but it doesn't mean it doesn't get me worked up. And that's another thing, is that energy is also, it weighs on us, it tires us, it brings us down. We need to continue to high vibe. So in that moment, I recognized why his yelling at me over driving was triggering me a little bit, like just like getting me a little bit upset. And then I slipped into this like poor me, pity me energy. Anyways, a little bit where I was like, I'm a female, I'm not feeling good. I just left my house so that I could get some groceries because I haven't gone grocery shopping in a week because I haven't been feeling good and I didn't want to be around all you people and get anybody else sick. I was actually caring about all of you, but come here so I can cough on you, sir. Just kidding. And then I'm like, oh, am I a horrible person for saying that? No. Thinking that? No. But like, could I have handled things a little bit differently in my own mind? Yes. Because even though these are thoughts of mine I'm having, it's energy. And when you send these things out, guess what comes back to you? The same energy comes back to you. So it's in this constant understanding of we need to be giving love, and not for anybody else, but for our own benefit. And this is something I've known my whole life. I've been doing my whole life, but it's a constant, it's like a staple lesson that we need to keep learning every day. If you're not in that energy, or if you're not understanding it, that's where you need to be. That's where you need to be. Just thankful every day, all day, every day. Let's see. We got Pisces at the bottom of the deck. We've got exciting, sick to my stomach, I know you are right. So I have been feeling sick to my stomach. Just this cold or whatever it is, this flu. I don't know. I should go get tested, honestly. Today I was like, oh, maybe I should go get tested. Because not for like anything other than when if it does come back positive, I can be like, guess what? I don't need to get the vaccine. My body made immunities for it. Check my testing results. I had it back when so and so. Because I think if this is COVID, which I don't think it is, like 100%, I don't think this is. However, you don't know for sure unless you go get tested, unless the tests are rigged, and then blah, blah, blah. We can go into conspiracy theory forever. It's more like, I think I had it back in January. So if I did have it right now, this would be that Delta variant that's around or whatever, because I know I already had COVID. And that's also why I don't want to get vaccinated. But I also am allergic to vaccines. So there's multiple reasons why I'm not getting vaccinated. But that's not what we're talking about, Tower. This is really just a general talk, I guess. We're just talking today. We have the Wheel of Fortune, the Two of Cups in reverse, which is a breakup, destined breakup, Knight of Wands in reverse, and the Four of Coins in reverse. Releasing something, walking away from something that no longer serves you emotionally. But we can play this now with what I've been saying and how our idea of love, of marriage, what it looked like, could have been fed to us, and we've actually been blindfolded to what is destined for us. We haven't been loving properly. We haven't been loving correctly this whole time. And the Four of Coins. This is protecting ourselves. That's why. The door's unlocked. We've been locking our doors to our hearts this whole time. And that's where this, it makes sense now. Okay. That's where this need for one partner would come in. And that's preserving our hearts. Because you know what hurts worse than a breakup? A rejection. Being broken up with. So I feel like in order to preserve ourselves, our love, we would stick to one person, or we were fed this idea of needing one person. And that's actually hurting us overall, because there's so much growth that comes through transitioning through all these different relationships and lives and perspectives on life, because they were raised by one parent or two parents or six parents. You don't know somebody's upbringing. You don't know the thoughts they had through each of the moments they went through each of their disappointments throughout their life, what thoughts got them through. Because remember, only the strongest survive. It's survival of the fittest. It's like you have to be fit in order to get to today, to a 30-year-old woman's age. I mean, maybe you're older, maybe you're younger. It doesn't matter. It's wherever you are in life. To get there, you had to fight things, or you had to see through things. And I say fight, but I mean love. You had to love things. You had to love through things. You had to love yourself through things. Through relationships. So it's almost like dark or devil energy, this whole marriage thing. Because I hate to say that on here, because I know I'm going to be like, they're going to come for they're going to spit fire my way, and that's fine. Go ahead. I'm entitled to my opinion, and you're entitled to yours. But I just feel like if we were meant to have only one love in our whole lives, we would just like pop up out of the ground out of nowhere. Because the love that we have in our lives, the loves that form throughout our lives, aren't just a sexual one. And I think that's a human thing too. I think that's an animal thing too, sex. It's meant to happen when it happens with the people. Those emotions are brought, and it gets comfortable and it takes time. Whereas because of the way that it's like you can go watch porn or whatever, it's like it desensitized that whole sexual encounter to now it's like it's out there, you can go get it, access it. It's meant to be sacred, it's meant to be special, and it's a very private thing between two souls that should be taking place, and instead there's all of these things. And so see where I'm saying, I'm like, I'm not against marriage, like union with someone, but I'm just saying there's certain people's past that weren't meant, or maybe lots of people's past who weren't meant to have one person they're with. Like, check in the Bible, it even has multiple wives in there. There's people with multiple wives. There's women who have cheated on their husbands. There's even like women who whore themselves out there, who give themselves to men, like widows and stuff like this. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's even known in the Bible that people weren't just one and one. And me, myself personally, I thought, or I felt this energy around where I'm one of those special souls who will have multiple partners throughout my life. And if I deny this, if I choose to have just one partner, or if I choose to not have any partners, because I'm that stubborn sometimes, then I'm going against what I'm here to do, or what I've been brought to do. But remember, everything is happening as it should be happening. So even those thoughts or those avenues I've explored of being celibate, or wanting to have just one person and then being with one person until it blows up in my face because it's not what I'm meant to be doing. Yeah, I don't know. It's like the universal wisdom. It's like that hermit energy, but it's not here. The hermit energy isn't here. But it's learning things through those phases we've been going through. Through breakups. It's interesting. It's interesting, and releasing things. Constantly letting go. I feel like the strongest people are people who have had to let go of more. And I'm allowed to say that. You don't have to believe me, and you don't have to understand or think that way either. I'm just opening up about what my intuition is saying. There's the Hermit card. That's so crazy. But it's in the reverse with the Nine of Swords and the Page of Wands, because this is a fear. This is a fear to have universal wisdom. People don't want to know things. I tell you, they want to know, they want to be smart. They want to know things, but soon as you know things, you don't want to know things. Because it's scary. When I first started having all this information come to me about the history of our earth, I was so upset. I was so upset. I was like, they hurt what? They hurt who? For years? Like, I went through like massive awakening to all these things in our history, and it's crazy because I don't pay attention to history too much. Like, I like movies around history, but I'm not picking up a book and reading the history of things. Like, social studies was kind of on my lower academic grades. It wasn't the greatest. Whereas same with English. But math, logically I can work through problems so quick. I love math. I love that there can be a definite answer. And with this that I'm talking about now, with our earth, with love, with the relationships, there is no definite answer. It's kind of like you're left unknowing. Hermit in the reverse. You're left learning as you go, understanding as you go. But this is also feeling so alone. Okay, I had this like idea, this theory, and it might even be from someone else, because I don't know, I pick up on energy. But I feel like I'm the only one who thought of this in my life, or I haven't picked up this information from anywhere else. It's something that I personally have thought of, and then maybe I'll find it somewhere else one day. But for now, it's alienation and how we're all different, so therefore we feel alone because not one of us can be the same. But that's the beauty of it, is understanding now how rare you are and how needed you actually are, because you're the only one of you. There is no other you. There is not even sorry. I didn't want to cough, but my throat is getting dry. I'm kind of not feeling good. I should get down. I should get down off of here. Just kidding. But no, it's about, I wrote it in my notes, this whole thing, and then I explained it to one person, and that person was just like, whoa. You definitely got to think outside of the box to see that. And I was like, yes. So there's some kind of thing about being alone, but you're never alone because there's always spirit on your side. There's always your passed down loved ones. So really connecting with your roots, where you come from, those people on the other side, like passed on loved ones who would connect you and who have your backs. So many downloads. There's so much information. I don't think I'm gonna get through it all. Anyways, I am gonna get off of here because my throat is dry and da. Thank you for being here with me during my talking. Yeah, what's behind this Pisces card? Be kind to me, I've been hurting without you. Because I can, free will. Water signs, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, communication coming, Scorpio. Abundance, Capricorn, proposal, pray. Interesting. So I feel like being in flow, like with water. Because I can, I've been hurting without you, free will. Be kind to me, I've been hurting with you because I can, free will. So I feel like some people's partners is the energy I was explaining, as well as my own. I know it's crazy how I'm like, I want one person. And I said that in that reading, and when I said it, it felt wrong. And I was like, okay, we gotta go back and we gotta explain. Because that was straight up not thinking, that was just straight up a little bit angry. And I do have a temper sometimes, and I need to control it. But for the most part, I'm doing pretty good. I used to have a really bad temper. But since I started working out and working on my body like 4 years ago, I got really good at controlling it. King of Wands, a leader, becoming a leader. But everybody's a leader because we're all unique. This alienation theory where we're all unique, so we're all one of a kind, so therefore there's nobody like us on this planet, and there's this need to fit in, or there's this need to I hate calling it a need. We shouldn't call it a need, and I don't like the word hate either, but it's more like a desire to have multiple people who see things the way we see them as a form of validation for who we are, when really we should always just be validating ourselves with spirit. You should never be validating it with another human, because no other human can be you or has the experiences you have to come and yeah, I don't know. I don't like that I don't know either, so I gotta stop saying I don't know. I'm really a fan of being sure of yourself and what you're saying. But I'm gonna cut this off now. I'm gonna end it. I will do more tarot later. I don't even know why I sat down here, because we didn't even really do tarot, did we? The sun in reverse. Oh man, this is inner child, feeling down and overly optimistic. This is like upright, it's happiness, growing towards the light, the warmth of love, and a relief from pain. But pain is necessary for growth, I tell you it is. And also we need to see the dark side of things to appreciate the light. There's a song, I think it's called Many Men by 50 Cent. I think so. That's one of my favorite songs from him. And I listened to it all the time when I was working out. And yeah, listen to the lyrics of that song. Anyways, I keep saying I'm gonna get off, so let's get off. This didn't turn out to be a love reading. I love you guys all so much. Thank you for tuning into my channel. I will put some songs down in the box below, probably the ones that I mentioned, and then maybe a couple other channeled ones. Okay, talk to you later.